weapons and weapon systems out there. These people have systems that from 500 and 600 miles out can hear this conversation right here in this room. That can read from 500 and 600 miles out the license plate on your car. You understand? And they got black men and women taking this stuff up there. Any nation today, then, African nation, that is not ready to engage in Star Wars and to fight in space is a nation that's at the mercy of another people. It doesn't matter if you're flying jets and so forth, because the laser beams and the other beams are going to be coming outside, out of range. And here we are sitting ducks, depending on the goodwill of another people whose history shows that they have no goodwill. Yeah. You don't have to believe me. Read about the Indians. Read about the Tasmanians. Read about the Arawaks. Read about the Australian Aborigines and all the other people who were wiped out and cleaned off the earth. At any point, these people felt that they were in their way, and these people still have their psychology today. I'm telling you. And that's what I was trying to tell the class the other day. You are dealing with the people who will not think 1 second about wiping you off the face of this earth if they see wiping you off is to their advantage. And why can I say that? Because you see it in the history books. It's right there. But one of the students told me they don't write about this in the history books anymore. I says, what? Oh, no, they don't write about, too much of the killing of the Indians and wiping them out. They were arrogant when you were in school, when I was in school. And they were so arrogant, they just wrote about it and put it right there and made movies about it, killing and shooting up the Indians and the whole bit. So I guess they recognized we got a little more sophisticated. So now, they're rewriting it about exploring the West, stuff like that. But again, you see how dangerous this is, though. And you can see the need of an Afrocentric education here, can't you? When you come then to youngsters and saying you are dealing with the people whose whole history shows they do not hesitate to destroy another people for which they have no use, now you're looking like a wild man. Well, he must be crazy. He must be off. Why? Because they don't have the knowledge and the background to connect with what I'm saying. Because the history has been erased or rewritten in a way so their consciousness cannot take in what I'm saying. And therefore, I become the enemy. I'll tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen, all of us, in order for us to be in the position we're in, we literally must be backwards. Our whole orientation must be turned backwards. We must believe lies and take lies for truth and take truth for lies. We must take love for hate and hatred for love. We wouldn't be in the position we're in. And therefore, when I come and try to warn the youngsters upon whose very survival our people depend, and they have been given a pack of historical lies, they will now see me as the enemy and their enemies as their saviors. And this is what is going on. This is why there's no such thing as equal education. You got to teach a whole different thing, whole different lesson here. You have to understand this. Economics, then, is what's needed to have military strength. There is a direct relationship between military strength and power and economic power. You do not have poor nations and poor people with great military power, ladies and gentlemen. You can't do it. And without great economic power, black people, African people will not be in a position to defend themselves militarily. The United States fleet over there in the seas in Asia costs $50 billion a year. Now that's just one fleet. And of all the rest. Billions and billions of dollars must be generated by this economy so that this country can protect its economic interests. One of the problems it is having right now is that as it sinks economically, it is not going to be able to support that vast military machine needed to protect its interests.